Right there. Oh, here we go. There it is. See what we can fix here. Bring it in. This. Just a touch there. So, gotta get a different lens. Really, I just need to take a week off of work and get this thing done. That's what needs to happen. Anyway, hey, welcome. This is Jake Vanderlinden coming at you. It's the Karmic Transmission tonight from Salt Lake. This is some random odd number. I don't know. We've been doing it for long enough that it's just Karmic Transmission, folks. It's just happening. Numbers, time frames, who cares? It's a Monday night. It's this time for a Karmic Transmission. That's what it is. Usually happens about 7 o'clock, 7:30 tonight. I had a little bit of some adjusting to do. But as always, best place to find out what we do, what we're about, Karma Incarnate as a whole, check out our website, karmaincarnate.com, guys. It's amazing what we've tried to put together to make it so easy and so simple to just start taking some action in your community to not even actually take a little responsibility. You know, just say that I'm tired of living in a world with hunger and do something about it. It's as simple as that. That's what we're trying to do. And check it out. The website has it all, everything that you want to know. If you really want to, click on that Make Your Impact button, because that's where you're going to find the shopping cart. That's where you're going to see the family food gifts. You know, we look after all the families. That's the coolest part about the family food gifts, guys. We buy dog and cat food and deliver it to food banks so people can take things home to feed their cats, their dogs, their family members that go forgotten at times. Because I don't know about you, but I love my pets. My dog's sleeping outside. I love that guy. He's awesome. I've only had him for like 2 months, but he's the Barcus Gorelius, and he's fantastic. He's a killer dog. But yeah, check us out. Go to our website, karmaincarnate.com. Click on that Make Your Impact button. Buy a family food gift. I dare you. I dare you to do it, because it's amazing the feeling that you'll get when you do something for other people like that. When it's literally just, I'm buying food for other people, because that's what a good person does. They feed their community, take care of each other. So that's the best place to check it out, karmaincarnate.com. Check us out on our social medias, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. I know they're all in there somewhere. We'll probably even adopt more. I can't admit what yet, but there's rumblings and grumblings at Karma about what we got to do and how we've got to approach things, because the name of the game is feeding people, folks. Whatever it takes to get people fed and to make it so that everybody has it just that much easier, just a little bit better in the world. That's what we're going to do, because that's who and what we are. That's at our core. That's what I think all human beings are, because it's what I am. I like taking care of people and I like helping. So yeah, I can't imagine that many of you aren't that way as well. We just got to find good ways of doing it. And if we're lucky, this is where it's really cool, is if we're lucky and we do it together, you'd be amazed at how much more of an impact we can make by bringing more than just one of us to the game. It takes a team to compete, right? You know, solo competitions can be fun, but the real thing that everybody likes seeing is team sports, because it takes, as they say, it takes a village. It takes a team. It takes a community of impactful agents to make something happen like Karma, because that's all those people are. A community impact agent is just somebody that's made the commitment. They've said, you know what? Just like I was telling you, I'm done living in a world where people go hungry, where their pets go hungry, where people have to surrender their animals to the shelter because they're worried that they can't take care of them. I'm tired of living in that world. Are you? Do you want to do something about it? If you do, buy a $50 family food gift. That's how we feed our pets. It takes $50. $50 will buy pet food. It'll buy family food. It'll get people going for a month so that they can keep on going for a little while to really make their change happen, because who knows? You know, one of those kids could end cancer. One of those kids could be the next Stephen Hawking and actually get us not to Mars, but to the other side of the galaxy, because that's what we're capable of. We have the ability. We've just got to unleash our human potential. We need a re-evolution of humanity, and that's what it'll take, is us taking care of each other. So check us out. That's 10 years, guys. That's the incredible part, is for 10 years, this has been our message. I mean, it might have been mixed in with all of our other adventures and talks and wild inane rants that we've gone on. Some of the things that we've talked about at Karma are just, they blow your mind, and you can find them. They're on here. Check out the other Karmic Transmissions. Check out the 5-2 Karmas. Check out, there's so much stuff to look at that just, it sums up existence in a nutshell, which is whatever's happening, let's not only let it happen, but let's be a part of it, and let's contribute in positive ways. That's what it is. That's 10 years gone. I mean, and I wouldn't change anything about it. There's not one bit of it I would have changed, it, including the various groups I've worked with and interacted with, and people that I've known and lost, friends that have come and gone and brought incredibly powerful ideas to the table, but never quite had the conviction to want to actually see them through. Those are the heartbreakers, guys. Those are the ones that you want so hard to help even more, but you just, sometimes they're not ready. That's all that I can say, is they're not ready. And the incredible thing about Karma is, when you're ready, we're here. We're ready for you, is the best way to put it. When you're ready for us, we're ready for you, because we've put everything in place. We've done all the work. We've made it as easy as possible to simply clicking a button and buying food for your community. And sure, we've dug our heels in, and I've got to say we, because you know, I'm as guilty of it as the next guy. In fact, I'm more guilty, as they would say in some circles, because even most guilty, because there are parts of what we've done. You know, Karma is an incredible. It's so much a part of of how people that I've known my entire life, they see existence in a way of just interacting positively and contributing as best as you can, and knowing that it all comes back around. It's literally the idea of what goes around comes around. Tip jars and everything else, they got it wrong, because those are interesting ways of saying, oh yeah, do good, but it's not the proper way of just being good. You know, there are people that tip, and they tip just fantastically, but that's who they are, not because they have the money to, or it's just because that's the kind of person they are. They're a big tipper. You know, one of my favorite shows, My Blue Heaven, it's got a fantastic line where Steve Martin, he's a mobster in hiding, and he's talking about tipping, because he tips everybody, and he talks about, it's not tipping that he believes in, it's over tipping. And it's such a fantastic thought, because it doesn't matter who you are, what you're doing. Spreading good is just a good thing to do, period. Whether you're in the mafia, be it a legal mafia, like you know, some of the governments and institutions that we look at, or an illegal mafia, or even just the mafia that's right in the middle trying to do business, right? Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're trying to spread some good and do some good things, it can always come back around in positive ways. Because in that show, you know, he writes a book, he goes legit, he becomes the stand-up guy selling car stereos. But it's a great show, guys. My Blue Heaven is a fantastic show. Check it out. But there are just those people that's their mentality, and it's an amazing thing, because they can spread a lot of good. No matter how they look at it, they can do a lot more. They're always trying to contribute. And I'm not saying be a criminal. I'm not saying join the mob or start a family. Oh, family could be interesting. It's all just the movie itself is what's so great. Just check it out because it's a fun one. And to come back to the reason why I'm here tonight, guys, you notice it is just me, and I am just rambling because the Karmic Transmission is here to deliver on a Monday night something that people can just sit back and laugh at or interact with. Because I got a live chat going, guys. Anybody watching, if you got anything to say it, because I got nothing better to do but respond and just gab. But it's kind of crazy up until driving home from my day job, and I have a hard time, guys, because it's my job. It's a job. It's not who and what I am. It's not what I do. If people ask me what I do karma. This is who and what I am. This is what I do. And oddly enough, this exists in every facet, including my day job. Because when I'm at work, I'm just trying to be a nice, friendly person that's going to help people get to their goals, get to whatever their ends are. And I'll try to take the time to understand and listen and not only accomplish the task, but make sure that we understand the goal to be accomplished and get to that. Because sometimes the task at hand is merely the stepping stone to the goal that we're trying to get to. And it's easy to confuse the two. And giving people just a little bit of time, a little bit of your energy to say, not only what can I do for you, but what are you trying to accomplish and how can I help you get there? That's what I do in my day job, but it's what I do here. That's what I do with karma. So it's crazy. But I'm here because on the way home, I get a phone call. My vice is kicking in tonight because I'm a little stressed out, but driving home, just like with work today, heading into the office, I get a text message. Somebody called out sick. Another person's at a funeral that I forgot about because I forget sometimes. So I had to do some shuffling and adjusting at work to make sure that I had enough people to cover all the time, get everybody lunches and stuff like that. But I'm driving home, and Clint, my elder brother, the cool cat, he's awesome. I love Clint to pieces. He's such a cool guy. He wasn't feeling too good. He had a migraine, and as soon as I heard it, I just said, "Say no more." Those migraines are miserable. They're so awful. When I've had them, I know I want to do nothing more than just lay down and almost cry. So I told him to go home, make sure that he rests up. So he couldn't be here. Colby and Alyssa, they're moving into their new place. They've been working on getting into a new house, and they've been moving because we've got plans for this weekend. And so I told them, I was like, "Yeah, you get moved, skip the transmission. I got this covered. I'll sit here and babble inanely for however long I feel like talking, just so that he could be at home and getting moved into his house. Because if he does that, we all get to go out this weekend and have some fun. The twins, Emma and Cooper, Clint's kids, they turned 21 yesterday. I mean, it mind blown, mind absolutely blown, because my niece and nephew, the youngest Vanderlindens in our side of the family, are now 21. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. And they want to go karaoke. They're going to go singing and karaoke and stuff like that. So we got to go do that this weekend. And Colby, we can't have karaoke without Colby and Alyssa. So yeah, Clint's got to get rid of his migraine. Colby's got to get moved in. There's things that have got to happen so that we can go celebrate an incredible milestone for my niece and nephew. And it's going to be a blast. And that's why I'll sit here and I'll talk to you guys about buying family food gifts or whatever comes up for a minute, because this is the truest. We've gone over 100,000 times, and it's funny because it never seems to get really down to the point. But karma is action, and more than anything, it's action in line with whatever's happening right now. And so in the happening for today, that is my perspective of existence, right? Is I've just had to kind of roll with a few punches. So I am. And that puts me here. And it gives me an incredible chance to talk about the people that I love and how much I would really rather I would rather them get feeling better and get some things handled, because I'll talk, I'll blab, I'll have a little bit of fun and share what's happening with you guys, because that's what karma is it's the sharing of this experience that we're all feeling and a part of right now. And it's really cool because uh I don't know why this just kicked me in the teeth, but every time, Rex, if you're listening, if you're sitting at Karen's right now talking about how Jake might be doing this, every time you come up, it suckers me right here, and my eyeballs start to leak funny fluids, and I don't know why. Because that guy, he really brings it into focus in so many different ways with everything that he does and how he approaches stuff, and yet to still want to do nothing more than help people. Just like me, all I want to do is help. I want to be able I want to be able to help people accomplish everything that they want to and more, whether it includes me or not. If I'm going on the adventure or not. When I'm sitting at work and talking to people about their African safari or what's going to happen, all I want to do is I want to make sure that they've got everything in place to experience every bit of that they can. Because what's selfish, the part of me that I subtly get to hint at, but they don't realize, is that I'm going to remember where they're going when they come back. I'm going to ask them about it, and I'm going to try to leech a little bit of that experience with them, because it's an amazing thing that they got to do, and the ability to experience it vicariously through them is all that some of us have. It's why we all need to tell our stories. It's why we all need to share what's happening with us, and most importantly, share all aspects of it, good and bad. You know, our platforms, they really highlight a lot of the good. And with what we do, we've always highlighted the good. We've always tried to talk about how amazing everything that we're doing is, and we've tried to really show the impact in such positive ways. But we're also not ones to hide the fact that, like, we're human. We get sick and we get headaches, and people are going to go home, and we're going to have to improvise. So we do the best that we can. A great running gag in some of the early family food gift videos and some of the early daily dose of karmas is there's a running head hit counter in videos where and it does, like, between every video it goes up and up. I can't, we got into the teens, maybe 20s. I don't know. I'll have to ask Taylor and get him to see if he can find out what we got last. But the whole thing was, at the food bank, Rex and I had a real bad habit of smacking our heads on the overhead door as we were getting food out of the car. And we do it every month. We've been doing this for 10 years, guys. 10 years. And we'll still hit our head on the door because we park funny. And for no reason than that. We're human. And we try to highlight that and accentuate it, because that's a lot of the part that people will leave out. Something that's a real funny extreme, something that people can think might go viral, they'll share those. One thing that we love to share is just the utter experience of all of it. And we'll try to present it in fun ways. And to us, we're always laughing. We're the kind of people that no matter what it is, no matter what we're doing, how it's happening, we're trying to laugh and enjoy it and have a good time. Because if I've got to get mad, that's when things just aren't worth it anymore. Because there's nothing that should bring us to that level. Even other people, they're not worth it. Those are especially the ones you should laugh at. Nothing is better, guys, than when you've got somebody giving you an apology that's not an apology, and then they admit to it after the fact because you're not taking their not apology serious. That's I can't tell you how funny that makes life, and how much you can just literally sit there and grin for days and days and days on things like that. Because, hey, you know what? They're just those people, and that sometimes that's just how life goes, and that's that's the happening. So, do you get mad and you try to fight it and let it steamroll you anyway, or do you laugh at it and try to do the best that you can with it, and then move on to the next big adventure, because it's going to happen. It's not going to wait for you. So that's karma, guys. That's the it's you know uh, oh geez, um, Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. That's the book. The first one they talk about is how we react to things. Our reaction is is the biggest thing that we have, and it's the truth, because in that time to react, if we can react with a smile and a nod, and as one of my regulars today at work told me, he walks in, there's four people, all of them waiting to help, and he looks at three of them and goes, you know what, I want to work with the devil, and he points at me, and he and I just laugh, because it's 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 fun to know when you can just when people can get it, and you can work with them and they can enjoy it, because that's all that it was. It wasn't he was excited to work with me because we'll laugh and we'll have some fun, and even if something goes awry, we're going to laugh about it together because we're experiencing it together right then and there, you know. So DW, you're great, man. I love you the hell out of you, buddy. And that's the other side of it, guys, is when you're doing things, when you're experiencing life, don't forget to be grateful for it, because to a lot of people, they don't get that chance, and we're lucky that we can keep going. So the gratitude for even those people that want to come in and look at you like you're the devil, you know, it's okay. What can the devil do for you then? Because I don't know about you. That just means I got a silver tongue and we can make things happen, right? So, but I digress. I have to come back around to the fact that Rex tears me up, because that guy, he's just amazing. Everything that he does, every part of what he is about living in the moment. It's about being in the experience and trying to include as many people in it as possible. And that's the one thing, we both have that helping streak. We both want to get involved. He is always a step ahead of me on getting others in. That's the thing. The inclusive side of him is so much more razor sharp than I am. Because to me, there's a blanket invitation for everybody. I'm one of those people that I'll have friends just walk into my home because they know that they're allowed to. And sure, there are those times when it can be a bit frustrating, but I wouldn't give it up in the world. I wouldn't change a bit of it, because that's them. And what I want more than anything is for people to be the ultimate them, and to share it with us in whatever facet it takes. Because it's not always going to rub you the right way. It's not always going to be your favorite cup of tea, but yeah, you got to taste it. You know, dandelions, they're not the best, but swallow it down. It might extend your life a touch. You never know. So at least that's what I've heard. Oh, those liquid vices, guys. Sugary drinks. Fantastic. But yeah, he's always just that much ahead. And it's that one thing that gets me this way, because it makes me sit there and go, dang it, I should have done that. I should have been there. I should have. It's that greatest of all competitions, which isn't competition at all. It's emulation is what it is, because it makes me want to be better. It makes me want to try harder. And it's a weird, he's my brother, but he's me and I'm him, and it's weird. And we're karma, because we're all karma, because we're all existence happening together. So it's really pretty amazing. And I can't give him enough shout outs, because a lot of the language I've gained over the years, I've learned from him. he's my little brother, but I learned it from him. And it's allowed us to do incredible things and meet some pretty amazing people. And because of him, and I really don't know where I'm going with this one, guys. I'm kind of rambling on this one because it's why I'm able to kind of sit here and do this, is I'm trying to even do that. I'm trying to even be willing. And I know I'm kind of cockeyed because I'm looking at a thing here, watching for chats, looking there, talking to nobody, and really just doing this because it's what I'm going to do tonight. And it's what the hell? It's fun. Why not? Let's sit here and just babble, because again, that's what existence is telling us to do right now. That's what existence is wanting us to share, which is the fact that on Monday night. So, backstory. Let's do a big rewind. Okay. What Rex and I have done with karma, and Rex more so than I, because I don't know why I keep interjecting myself in here, because sure, I've been there, but I can only claim 5% of it at best. And that's because I think Rex could only claim 2% of it if he wanted to. That's because that's the humble guy that he is. But no, like there's been so much input. There's been so many people and experiences and thoughts and ideas and YouTube seminars that we've listened to, and there's been so much contribution into karma that to say it's mine or that it's his or that it's the words don't do it justice, because karma is the sum up of what we understand as people from 30 plus years, almost 40 years of existence, right? And I could dare say push that back a little bit further, because it's a shared existence, and our parents and grandparents and every person that's come before us has built into and embedded in the fabric of this idea of karma and existence, and what it means to have action and reaction and literally things just moving. Nature moves in cycles. Everything moves according to this great mechanism, for lack of a better term, that is existence and creation. And I don't care if you're in whoever you are, whatever you want to look at this, whatever you want to believe, we're a part of something so big and so vast that it's awe-inspiring, right? And over the course of human history, not to mention animal history, because if you go into some of the really deep sides of it, the chemical sides and the molecular sides and genetic sides, we share a lot of things with other animals that are even older than we are, right? So it depends on how far back you want to turn the dial. But in the end, we'll just talk about human history. There's been a ton of human experience that's happened to lead us to this thing. And all that we're trying to describe is the happening. This thing called existence, where we sleep and we wake up and we participate in events and things go on around us, and there's other participants and players that we get to plug into and interact with at the same time. This whole thing, we've got this understanding of it, and it's all built upon those that came before us, and the knowledge we were able to sponge off of them before we began making our own habits and experiences now our new facet to look at it through. That's why I say it's a combined experience. It's so much more than just he and I, or even 10, 12, 15, however many people might be signed up right now. It's more than all of that. It's this idea of the happening, right? And we've tried to synthesize it down and put it into something to where other people can not only talk about it with us, but they can find a way to interact in it with us so that we'll all help each other along. That's really what we've done. We've tried to find a way to take this idea of how he and I like to help people and try to get others to participate and play with us and contribute their special talents. Um, a prime example, and we talk about her all the time, is my oldest friend in the world, my dearest friend, Ayame Nelson. Luna Nelson, excuse me, Luna Nelson. I making some adjustments still for a new legal name change. But her and I go way back like car seats, like elementary school. We go back, and the thing that we really got into back then is we liked comic books and we liked Star Wars and science fiction and fantasy, and we liked to think that we could do comics and we could be comic artists. Now, here's the dirty little secret: I can't draw. I've never been able to draw ever in my life. It's horrible. I mean, my stick figures, they wish they could tell me to piss off because I make them look horrible. Luna is one of the most amazing art talents I've ever seen in my life. Her ability, and this right here, see this shirt? This is a Luna Nelson special right here. Sure, the mimicry towards the guy, I can't think of the artist, Mark crap, the Disney artist, but the way that she can mirror and make similarities to other people's art, but yet make it entirely her own, and her original art styles are so unique and so special that I convinced her when we were in elementary school that we were comic book artists together, even though she was the only artist. I could do some of the writing. I could, I wasn't bad with the scripting and storyboarding and helping lay things out, but I couldn't draw a lick. I couldn't even stencil in, like, artists, they'll draw freehand with their pencil and they go in and they ink it in before coloring. I couldn't even ink in her artwork without making it look like shit. Yeah, I was that bad. So, but we were doing comic books together. When in all reality, she was just doing comic books, and I was what's the guy, Ben Afflecking is what I was doing. I was having her do all the work, and I was just like, yeah, put my name on there, it'll look great. That's this guy. Hey Rex, do all the karma work, it'll look great. I'll just put my name on it. There's Jake. That's been this guy. Now, I will say, I like to think I carry my fair share. I do a lot of work behind the scenes. I do a lot of other stuff usually. But yeah, no, I always tried to find the talent that I didn't have and either shower praise on it, spoil it, or encourage it to the point that it will just work for me. Because I'd rather get him to do it through love than fear or hate, because that's where you get magic. But she's my oldest friend in the world, and I do anything for her. I admit this openly because I think she knows it too. And if she doesn't, well, I'm going to make sure that she watches this so that I can get a reaction from her, because that would be it'd be rather interesting. Because yeah, it's a funny thing what we'll do to try to have a little bit of joy out of life and try to spend our time with people that we love. Because that was the other part, is it gave me a chance to just spend time with her and joke about those things that we loved so dearly. Sure, the Saga of Stripes was literally just like a Star Wars ripoff. We had fun. We were 10. We were 11. And we had a lot of great times doing it. So I've still got some of that artwork. We'll have to dig it out and post it up somewhere. But yeah, that's always kind of been our thing, is it's we've wanted to include people, and more especially people with incredible talents and abilities, which is everyone, mind you. And then see what we can do together, because that collaboration, that ability for all of us to bring our unique abilities and assets to the table and find a harmonious way to get something out of it for any amount of time, even if it's just 10 seconds of audio recording or something like that. It doesn't matter what it is, but to get any of that is amazing. And to be able to share it with others, holy cow, that's even more so. It's the next level, guys. And that's all we've ever wanted to do. That's what karma is. It's us looking at things and going, let's all take it to the next level. And let's all do it through that thing that we know is the truest form. It's the thing that everybody wants, is a little accountability. But you can't hold others accountable if you yourself aren't willing to hold yourself accountable to. That's the first step. And that's the big smoke and mirror game. That's the big illusion with a lot of the systems and a lot of the horse shit we've got going on today, guys, is that we've moved to the idea that somebody else will make the accountability happen, and we can just let it. That doesn't work. That's not how it works at all. If we're not willing to do it ourselves, we can't ask others to do it. And that's why the first person, go back and look at the very first family food gift purchase. Number one, there's not even video of it. It's pictures. And the pictures, guys, are on the website. Go to karmaincarnate.com. Go to the little picture reel. You'll see the very first pictures. Rex with almost no beard. He's got like a little teeny tiny baby beard. It's little bitty bitty. It's like this. Rex has got this little bitty beard. And he's standing in front of like 6 boxes, maybe like 4 or 5 cans. There's like some rice-a-ronis. It's literally a pile of food. It's a pile of food that's like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 feet tall, and just a little stack. But it's how we figured out what would work and what wouldn't work to make something like this feasible. Back then we didn't have $10, $25, and $50 family food gifts. We had a $50 community impact commitment because, like we said, we dug our heels in on things. We wanted people to understand that this isn't just a food purchasing and distribution system. It's not just a business about feeding people. It's about changing the way we as humanity and individual human beings look at the world and decide that we're going to take accountability for it ourselves. We're going to be the responsible party, not wait on others. We're not going to look for a savior, for a Superman to come out of the sky and do something for us, for a politician to get voted into office to solve all of our problems and clean up the swamp. No, we don't need any of that. All we need to do is hold ourselves a little bit more accountable for, are we doing our part or not? That's all it takes. Because if each and every one of us do that part, the problems go away. They're taken care of. If we're all picking up a little bit of garbage and a little bit of litter and handling them properly as we go throughout our day, just the parts that we produce, the problem goes away. That's it. We take responsibility for our part in it. And it happens on the reaction side too. One of the great speakers we always talk about, Alan Watts. He tells a story about the old Buddhist monk who he's got the guys coming to him and they're all going, "Hey, teacher, tell us what's the existence? How do you get through life? What makes it so easy?" And he just says, "You've got to live. You've got to do it. They're just act." So he picks up a stick and he looks at one and he hits him and he goes, "What's this?" And the guy goes, "It's a stick." And he goes, "No." And he hits him again. He goes, "What is it?" And the guy goes, I don't know. He hits the next guy and he goes, "What is this?" And the guy says, "It's a stick." And he goes, "No." Hits him again. "What is it?" "I don't know." And he goes to the third guy and he says, "What is it?" And the guy goes, "I don't know. Give it to me." And the monk goes, see, that's it. It's not, figure it out for yourself and take your part in it. Take the stick and hit me with it, just like that guy. It's all about what we're ready to do. And we all go through different phases. We all come to at different times. That's why we're just here. Like I said, when you're ready, we're ready. Because, the crazy part the crazy thing about karma is like I said, that it's our idea of existence synthesized into something that others can participate in. And we've tried to do it in a lot of different ways. Rex and I have, and our friends and our other people, everybody that we know has chased something in so many different ways, looking for a truth, an answer, a light, whatever you want to call it. And in the end, it's always been right there for every one of us. It's you just needing to look at it and go, no, I'm it, and I'm ready to do my part. So that's what's so crazy, and why it's Rex and I. We want people to participate in it, but we've dug our heels and we said you can only do it in certain ways, and that was to our folly. That's why we've done it for 10 years, and we're still trying to get certain things, put more sales. I keep telling you, go to the website, buy family food gifts. What do you think I'm trying to get people to buy our products? I'm trying to sell you a family food gift, which is a poundage of food to be delivered on your behalf to a local food bank. I'm not even selling you a product. I'm selling you a service, guys. I'm ready to go out and do something for you because I do know it's hard to take enough time and enough energy to say, I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to buy things that are new. I'm not going to get things out of my pantry that are probably expired and are going to have to get thrown away or readdressed. No, I'm going to go out and just buy something new to give to people in need. I know that's hard. I know it can be exhausting. And that's why I'm not asking you to do it. All I'm asking you to do is give me the money to do it for you. That's it. That's all. So I'm not even selling you a product. Sales is the wrong thing. I'm trying to provide a service for people. It's like when service attendants used to pump your gas. It's that kind of a thing, because that's how our economy works. Is you've got to bring a product or a service to market, and I'm just trying to bring a service to the market, guys. That's all. But gotta have that drink. So, but like, it's so much more than a product or a service to us. It's what I do every day of my life, because I'm always trying to find, wherever I'm at, what can I do to help? What can I do to be a positive impact and leave things a little bit better than when I got here? Because I've only got so much time, and with the time that I do have, I'd like to do good things. I'd like to see improvement done, and so that's going to have to be on me in all regards. And a wall gets built a whole lot faster when there's more than one of us building it, right? And in this case, we're not building a wall. I mean, you can think that we're building a wall of food to be given away, which be kind of cool, the imagery of like a whole bunch of people coming into a giant wall of like canned food and boxes and things they need, and just like kind of like the Berlin Wall, tearing it down piece by piece and taking it home so that they can sustain themselves and do something more with it, and grow their families and do something incredible with their life, because the energy just to live has been provided by the rest of us. Those of us that, I'll admit I'm not doing great. I ain't no Bill Gates. I'm no celebrity. I'm just a guy that has a house in Salt Lake City, and that says plenty. I'm a guy with a house in Salt Lake. There are many that don't have it, but I'm nothing special, guys. I work 40 hours plus, and then another, I don't know. I would have to say anywhere from another 5 to 10 hours on Karma a week. So we're it's like Rex with his job. He works 300 hours trucking, delivering freight, pallet jacking, working a night shift. He and I, we do those things so that we can do this on the side, so that we can have a system and a way for people to get involved and play life our way a little bit, which is firmly believing if you do good for other people, your life is going to be better. The existence has always told us, you get out of it what you put into it. And if you're putting in good, and not just for yourself, but for others, you'll be blessed. You'll have more going on for you than you know what to do with. And it'll show up in ways that you can't even fathom. But our system, what we want to do with it, is we know the greatest thing that people see today is monetary. So for those of you that really get involved, to our community impact agents and the most incredible group of individuals I have ever had the pleasure of knowing in my life. I mean, truly, our community impact agents, they took the hard step with us. They dug their heels in with Rex and I, and they've taken hits. They've done a lot for us, and they're incredible people. They've stuck with us. That's the amazing part. They've stuck with us. They're still there, even through the growth and the changes. And a lot of these things that we've done, we've tried to make a lot of things better for them, like the ability to have multiple family food gifts to sell, multiple things to promote. We've done a lot to help boost other people's ability to get involved, because Rex and I realized this is a Rex and I that, $50, it isn't a lot. I don't know about you guys. I went to Wendy's today for lunch, and their little biggie bag meal, it says $5, but if you get a medium sized drink, it's like $10. $50 doesn't go as far as people think it does anymore. We know that. That's why we brought up new lower priced family food gifts. But to those of you that are willing to commit and do something incredible with $50 a month, and to say something like, not drink as many of these each month so that I make sure that I've got it, to those people that are willing to take it a little bit more seriously, to look at their accountability of it and say, no more, not on my watch, we'll even share with you. We profit share. We're willing to say, look, because we're all doing this together and we're all promoting such an amazing idea and doing so much good, let's make sure that we all get a little bit more too. Let's make sure that we can all provide a little bit more for ourselves and for others, because that's what we're doing. Is we're already doing it for each other. Let's have the ability to do more. For those individuals, I have no words. The depths of my gratitude to those individuals is unfathomable, because they've done a hard thing, and the recognition is very minuscule, especially from those that aren't involved, because others barely even know it. Most people don't even share that they're doing karma, and I'll blame myself on that one, because Rex has done a lot to try to get people to share it. I have not done my part of it. I've done it to a degree, to the part that I know best, but I'm learning. I'm getting better. I'm going to change, and this is proof right here. This is part of it, and this is why I'm including you all in it, because if I'm saying it, I'm going to do it, guys. Because that's the part of karma too. I'm done living in a world with hunger. I'm done living in a world where people aren't rewarded for just being good individuals in their lives. Those are the things that we want to address. And I'm done not doing my part to help promote this better. That's the other side of it. That's the karmic transmission in a lot of sense, is finding myself, finding my voice, which is weird, because I've always been told, well, I've had a lot of people ask me if I've ever done radio, and the answer is no. But that's because I haven't had the confidence, and thanks to Rex and his confidence in his drive to just put himself out there through 10 years worth of videos and content, and look at the skills that he's built. He went from talking to our editor about things to just making some of the most incredibly well-driven videos that I've ever seen for some short-term editing. His content, his prep work, everything that he delivers on is just top tier, accountable, responsible. He is that individual. And we all are. Because all you people out there that are just making your house payment, making your rent payment, putting food on the table, going to your job, paying your bills, keeping things moving when everybody else wants to say don't. To all of you guys, you're incredible. You're amazing individuals, and the world should be recognizing you better, but I'm sorry they aren't. And I wish I could do more than give you a shout out in this fashion. I don't know you, but I'd like to. And that's where, to wrap all this up, guys, to bring it back in, because I'm kind of getting hungry. I need some food. I'm running on empty here. But to bring it all back around and talk about it again, it's the reason why we've got our contact forms. It's the reason why we've got everything. I mean, everything about karma is on the website, guys. Everything about it. There's not a detail that you can't find, or that doesn't impact what we do, that isn't on that page. Not one bit of it. Because if we can't do it, we want somebody to take it and do it better. That's always been our number one. Now, in 10 years, I'll tell you right now, I've yet to see somebody do it better. There are people, there are others with the ability to, but the one thing that I'm going to tell you they don't have the heart and the soul to do what we've done over the last 10 years. That we'll continue to do for 10 more, 20 more. I don't know. As far as I can tell, till the day I'm done, this is what I'll be doing. This is who and what I am. This is a part of me, just like it's a part of you guys. And together, we're going to make a world that it'll be a wonder. It'll be a true wonder. But we've got to take our accountability in it. We've got to take our responsibility in it, guys. It takes every last one of us. So go to our website, check it out, karmaincarnate.com, everyone. Buy a family food gift. If nothing else, buy one of those. If you're really one of those people that wants to just do good for others, put it on an auto ship. Make it so that every month that payment comes out, that those people are getting fed, because everybody knows this doesn't just go away overnight. There's more people born every day. There's more people that fall in and out of poverty every day. So the contributions never stop. It's just got to be something that we do. Be good people. Do good. Doing good will get us into some pretty interesting areas, and it can have power. But some of the greatest do-gooders in the world have killed a lot of people too. So think about it. But until next time, guys. As always, Jake Vanderlyn in here, coming at you with the Karmic Transmission. It's been a little bit all over the place. I've had a lot of shout outs, a lot of big things. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this one, just because I know that I'm going to have some splaining to do, as they would say. But I'm always ready for that too. And when you're ready for it, we're ready too. I'm ready. We're always ready. Let's do some splaining. Let's make some karma happen, and let's take our responsibility in it all. Okay, guys. Until next time. Have a good one.